Hello and welcome to Yoga with me, Yogi Cecily. Hi, I am here live on Facebook in Antioch, California at Progressive Fitness, where I always do all of my videos. You know, I have something special for you today. This is going to be yoga for athletes and fitness buffs. I've got my medicine balls and kettlebells. We're actually not going to use any of those things, but you get the idea of what we are going to focus on. Are you a runner, a lifter, a basketball player, baseball player, you like golf, things like that? This is going to be a class that you're going to love. Now, before we get into it, let's go to all of the deets. You can find me on Instagram at instagram.com/Cecily_yogi. And of course, I'm going to download this onto YouTube, and that's youtube.com/C/Yogi Cecily. Now, if you want to train with me, you can always go over to my website, www.cecilysyogaretreats.com. I do online classes and a ton of one-on-one online yoga coaching, yoga and fitness. And so you can go to all of those places. And I thank everyone always for your donations to venmo.com/Cecily-guest. You know, those donations really help me keep everything going. But what helps me even more are your comments, your shares, your likes, you know, the algorithm stuff, right? So if you find this video and you really, really like it, make sure you subscribe. Go to my website and subscribe. Go to my YouTube and subscribe. Like, share, comment, and hit the notification bell so you will know when the next video is downloaded. All right, here we go. Yoga for athletes. One of the first things that athletes think about is stretching. But we're not going to do a lot of that. What I do kind of want to look at is how yoga can help you with developing fast twitch muscle fibers, of which there are two kinds. Now, I'm going to put a link in the description on YouTube, a really great video, short video I encountered a trainer talking about fast and slow twitch muscle fibers. So we don't have to worry about that too much right now. What I want to do is help you develop some of the fast twitch. We usually think of yoga as like this slow moving kind of, you know, work, slow moving stretching. But we can get a lot of fast movement in it as well. First thing we're going to start with is a forward hinge, right? And then a push all the way back to what's called a child's pose. Now we're going to forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. So what I want to do here is I want to fulfill as much of the range as possible, but fairly quickly. 4 more, 3, 2 more, 2, and 1. Now we're going to add the stretch for both of those positions. It's a one-legged quad stretch. You're going to reach back and grab one foot. And you can hold here, stay here. Your job is to try to lift the knee. So that's first, using the glute to lift the knee. And then we're going to finish it with the pure quad stretch. Now the hand is on the inside. This is bringing the foot to the buttocks. Now you're going to notice, especially if you're used to following a lot of my yoga, I'm not going to go to the deepest stretch positions because I don't want to discourage people who are really, really tight, right? I know you're thinking the foot should go to my buttocks, but we're not doing that. Good. Let's do the other leg. A lot of people who are very tight, you need to rock and roll. You need to rock and roll to grab the foot. But then lay it down. Keep the ribs up. Yeah. And then work to lift the knee. When you work to lift the knee, you're going to feel the glute contract. And that is an important aspect of anyone working athletically, to get the glute engaged, to open the hip flexor. And then we go for the pure quad stretch, bringing the foot a little closer to the buttocks. Notice how I'm keeping my chest up. That's what you want to keep the chest up. I'm just using the what's going to be your left arm to push the chest up. All right, and let's release that. The other stretch, the other position was this wide knees, super, super wide knees. I will often say the wider the knees, right, the deeper the chest can go. Now I'm going to take my 2 blocks and use the blocks to actually help open the chest. So this is not about being, you know, oh, this super flexy yogi, dropping down, way down. I'm actually trying to stay pretty big. Look at the extension in the triceps, the fingers dropping down. Roll the shoulders over your back. Maybe your head goes to the floor. If it doesn't, don't worry. All right. I just want to revisit those 2 positions. Just going to revisit that. All right. So first, we have the dynamic flow, which is a forward and back repetition. Yeah? So I go forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, forward, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Then the forward position. See the way that I got there with a little more fluidity. I'm going to focus on lifting the knee. Take a breath. And then at least 30 seconds in the pure quad stretch. So that's a while. It really doesn't matter, gang. It does not matter if your foot comes all the way to your buttocks or some crazy, you know, yoga position. Look how I'm just trying to hold. More important, keep the chest up. Let's count 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then on the other side, right? So look how I'm going to lift up the chest. So what if you have to twist and roll to get the foot? Maybe it's your ankle or your shin. Maybe you just need to kind of go for your knee, right? Either way, try to lift the knee, engage your glutes. Right, my glutes are on fire right now because I'm really working hard. The pubic bone is down, trying to keep the hip sockets down, and then the more pure quad stretch. Look how I go on the inside. A lot of people try to grab the outside. You want to try to grab the inside. Keep your chest up. Yeah. So that takes care of the first forward position. Then we're going to push back and get our knees really, really wide. Wow, that feels great. Whoa, that feels really great. So that's the glutes are engaged. Now I'm going to go way back. Yeah. I could sit all the way back on my heels, but then I might be like, you know, really elevated here. So I'm going to go somewhere in between and work the knees wide, work the hands wide, roll the shoulders onto your back. Right? So suppleness around the ribs. So the shoulder blades draw back. Look at the triceps extending. All right, coming up. The one thing I really want my athletes to think about is don't think of stretching, you know, think of extending. Think of extending your energy. Let's forget about like stretching or some kind of soft idea of things. All right, next up we're working the hamstring. Of course we are. So we're going to take your right leg up and through and back. Just that. Forward and back. But look at the speed. Look at the speed with which I'm trying to accomplish this. You got to get it through the blocks. You're going to feel your quad start to heat up. You're going to feel quad and glute. You're also going to feel this incredible core engagement. See how I'm pushing down on the blocks? All right, take the right foot forward, hold. Almost the same thing, gang. Don't think about stretching down. This leg is already long and straight, so leave it. What we want to do is extend. Extend the blocks past the foot. See, athleticism, a lot of athleticism is about extending your energy from the runner who needs to increase their stride or stay more vertical. You have a lot of runners running really up high and vertical. They're trying to make themselves bigger, right? So this is safely stretching because you're doing it through engagement. Let's work the other leg. I hope this makes sense for you. So yoga for athletes. Forward, forward, and back. Yeah, forward. I'm sweating. Good. 4, 3, 2. Take it out and hold. You know, and can I also tell you, I watch a lot of fitness videos on YouTube. I'm going to put a link. So some of my fitness posters, you know, if you're posting, I use Yes Go music. So if you're looking for licensed music to use, some of the fitness people are like, you know, there's no music in the background. I don't know. You let me know if you like the music. You'll let me know. All right, so what do? The leg is straight already. And we don't try to get our face down to the knee. We try to extend the blocks. Insane extension forward. I'm not even going to say flat back, because when people do flat back, they're way back here and they're like, oh, flat back. And I'm like, no, that's not the right energy. The correct energy for an athlete is to extend. You're trying to get further out in front. That's the energy that we want. Nothing pulling back, right? Everything trying to get bigger, okay? The foot is flexed. Big old flex. The toes here, trying to push the heel bone out. 3. Right? Hold 2. Can you get your blocks further forward? Maybe, maybe, maybe. And walk it back. All right, good. Let's do those again. 8, 7. You know, can you get this leg passing this efficiently, this quickly? 4, 2, I'm sweating. And hold. Take the breath, extend. In yoga, this is called a half splits. Right? Look at how I'm desperately pushing out. Okay? You know, you push out, you're also going to get a lot of core. Right? Because you're trying to get your torso to change as much as the hamstring. That's what I love about athleticism. You can't parse the body out that way. You know, I know what you want to do. You want to go, oh, I just want to stretch my hamstrings. But if you're an athlete, it's all together. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. All right. Extend. Wipe off the sweat. You're going to know, if you see this on YouTube, you're going to know it was the summer of 2022. You go, oh my goodness, she's sweating so much. Oh, it must have been that year. Right? It is July, end of July. Look, I'm even going to try to extend a little bit further. Look at how the muscles of my triceps, and even trying to extend and stretch open the lats. All right, let's come on up. Let's put your right foot forward. Use blocks if you need. Just sweating so much. All right, good. We've got the right foot forward. So one of the things that I like to specialize in is of lunges. So even when I'm just doing yoga, I have discovered as a trainer that lunges and lunging really hang a lot of people up. And I just find that lunging, all formulas of lunging, boy, when you get good at lunging, your body is really open. So the right foot is forward. We're going to step up and do a little toe tap. Here. Yep. And back. Look at the knee drop all the way down. Look at the open hip flexor. Up. 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 4. So we're trying to get this a little bit quicker motion. 2. Look at the knee drops all the way down. Now hold it down. Fingertips behind the ears. I'm just going to lean and open the chest back. We're going to take some twist here. Twist towards your left and center. Breathe. Drop back and twist towards your right. 1 more each side. I love it. I just love it. All right. Let's take what most people they'll call it a downward dog in yoga. All right. Up on your toes. Then push the heel bones down. Good. Again, up on your toes. I saw a question on Facebook recently. Press your heels down. And in the question, the person was in downward dog and said, how do you get your heels down? And like hundreds of people said, step in closer. Up. So a goal, a job here is to get the heels down. When you press the heels down, look at the quadricep engagement. Can I tell you, when the quads are engaged, the hamstrings are opening. Take 2 more of these. So that's what I'm thinking about. Quad engagement, that's going to help you fold over the hip flexors. And then we come on down. All right, we're going to change. Step your left foot forward. All right. Here are the lunges. Do you have trouble in lunges? So people have a lot of trouble in lunges. Even if they do a lot of yoga, a lot of people, their pelvis is tilting in a way that their chest, their ribs are forward. But we don't want that in athleticism. We want almost like everything in the body is engaged. So in a way, I'm pulling my abdominals in and up. There's some engagement in the glutes. I'm rolling the shoulders back. We're going to step up. Right? Back. Back. Look at how I'm staying upright. So I'm not doing this. See the chest lowering? I don't want that one. So 4 more. 4. Chest is upright. 3, 2, and 1. Great. Fingertips behind your ears. I'm going to turn towards you a little bit. And we lean back. Let's twist a little bit down and to the right. And up. And then down, back, and down and to the left. I love it. I go back a little, twist to the right, and up, and then reverse. Great. Downward dog. Okay, so we're going along a lot of leg stuff because this is yoga for athletes. I know that you want, tons and tons of stretching, but really your static stretches are still good for you. So this is dynamic work. And from here, we're going to bend the knees on down, and probably, maybe everyone is going to want blocks, right? Even high blocks is good. So part of the problem, you're thinking you're a lifter, you're an athlete, part of the problem is looking at yoga and actually making it bigger, make your body bigger. So these are step throughs, right foot and back, left foot up and back, right foot up and back, left foot up and back, right foot right and back, left and back. 4 more. 4. Look how smooth the core, your abs, my abs are really turned on because I'm going smoothly, getting the foot forward. The way the arms push into the blocks, keep it all engaged. Good. Now right foot forward. Good. Hands on your hips, hold. Classic yoga posture. Crescent lunge, crescent warrior. Up on the back toe. All right, good. So we're going to drop the back knee, bend, and straighten. Bend. Now I'm going to do my best job. See, the muscle has a little bit of a shimmer in it because it's actually quite difficult to straighten the leg and not lift up. 4. So I'm not standing up. 3. I'm keeping this knee bent. Yeah, 2. There's 1. And then the arms go up fairly wide. Hold. 5. 4. The rear leg is straight, the front knee is bent. And we love it. Come on down, changing sides. I'm sweating. Let's face the other way. So it's a short video, clearly almost all legs. We will get some arms in there. But if you're trying to use yoga for your legs and you're an athlete, here it is again what I want to tell you. Make yourself bigger. My students know I talk about Marvel Comics all the time. I mean, look, if you were to meet Wonder Woman, you'd be like, oh, okay, this is a big person. I mean, when you meet basketball players, even baseball players, we went to the game and I saw Pete Alonso. I was like, okay, he looks smaller on television. These are big people. And can you believe? Look at Serena Williams. Went to the Wax Museum in San Francisco. They have a Serena Williams. She's a big person. And can you believe one of the things they have to do is actually train themselves to extend themselves. They're not allowed to think small. So stretching, the idea of stretching is just this whole idea of expanding every cell of your body in every way that it can go, yeah? So we're going to bend. Good. This leg stays bent. The rear leg is straightening. Bend. The rear leg is straightening. So really what I'm trying to do, I'm trying not to stand up. Right? Almost like the tension on a bow and arrow. 3. And yes, my ass is on fire. 2. It's like... So don't be afraid of that if you're using yoga. Now here, look, you don't want the ribs forward. You've got to get your body on top of your hips and then let the front knee bend. Then the arms go up, nice and wide if you like. And I'm trying to make everything bigger and lower. All right, woohoo! Oh my goodness, see, I love it. I think even people who are doing non-athletic yoga, you know, whatever that would be, you're doing non-athletic yoga, I think everybody could do well with the drills I'm showing you all today. Let's look at Prasarita Padottanasana. You know, this is a pose that I usually show facing you. But today I'm going to show it this way, and I'm standing nice and wide. And I know a lot of athletes, you get nice and wide and you can't get your hands to the floor. Watch what we're going to do. We're going to get the hands out in front. Right? Take a kind of a wide leg push-up. And then send everything back as far as possible. So we are forward, down, up, and back. Now I know you can't see this foot, I know that's out of camera, but I'm standing, you know, medium wide, nothing crazy wide. Yeah? So again, we are forward, right? The whole body goes down. I tell you what, this is helping my hip flexors open and then my hip flexors close. Let's do one more of these. So in yoga we have something called chaturanga. So it's a little baby chaturanga with wide hands and wide feet. Oh gosh. Now I have found with a lot of students, I have a lot of students, they're very tight. But if they just allow their hands to be forward, just allow your hands to be forward, it's only a matter of time where you just get tired here and the next thing you know, your elbows are on the ground and then your head is on the ground. Right? So I'm going to walk it back a little bit and just do the same thing. I'm going to push up, I'm going to walk back just a little bit. Now some of you might be at your end point. All right, I'm going to just do the same thing, elbows and head. Push up. I'm just going to walk it back just once more. So your job in this iteration is how far forward do you have to be? All right, wonderful. So now we're going to step in. And we're going to do some chaturanga, vinyasa. I'm just dripping with sweat. Okay, so we have a lot of chaturanga in yoga. Tell you, upward dog really good for athletes. If you're already strong in your upper body, great. We're going to do a curvy style chaturanga and push-up. So, you know, you get into an all-fours position, let your chest drop, your chest and your chin. Take the arms back, and, you know, you can see the relative benefit to acquiring this position. Suppleness in the spine, the hands come in, and we push up. And downward facing dog. All right, we're just going to do that about 3 more times. So you might be thinking, you know, Cecily, that's not very athletic. But, you know, I have a lot of, especially my guy students, you know, are like so strong. Like a lot of the guy students kind of get here and kind of go, ooh. And I'm like, hey, you know what? What if you just let that down and then sort of work the rhomboids, you know, flare out your lats and lift, use the rear deltoid and rhomboids, open the chest, open the front shoulder, right? There's all of that is going on. So we bring the hands back and push up. Now this is also a great strengthener. So if you struggle with the strength aspect of a push-up, you might go down easy, but pushing back up might be hard. So this is fantastic 2 for 1. So chest, and then fly out the arms. And your goal is to elevate the arms. Oh my goodness, my serratus, like, I can feel intercostal ribs stretching and opening. Hands down and push up. Now, this is not an exercise for people with any kind of herniation in their disc, especially in the back of the neck. So sometimes when I'm showing these things, if we're an athlete, there's an assumption this is for athletics, so everything's good and you want to actually polish abilities you already have without any injury or concern. So again, this is really good, helps develop upper back. Belly button draws in, suppleness in the spine, the chest goes down. Fly out the arms. Now it's almost as if you had a cable, row and you're trying to draw up. Breathe, 3, up, 2, and 1. Good. Pushing up and out. Excellent. All right. Well, what is yoga for athletes if we don't get some hamstring stretches in there, right? Some direct line hamstring stretches. But here's the thing that I want to tell you. You're better off sitting up on a rolled blanket. Now, I know a lot of folks say, well, I'll just use the yoga block. But the block is hard, and the hardness of the block is going to push into your flesh, and that is actually going to cause a muscle to contract. Right? So you take something hard and push it there, this muscle has almost no choice but to contract. So getting these yoga blankets is really good. So also look at the rollability. So I can a little bit sort of roll forward and back on the blanket to find different parts of my sit bones. And then if I'm on the front of my sit bones, the blanket is so much nicer than a block. I don't want anything hard jamming into the sit bones and the ischial tuberosity. Okay, great, here we are. Right hand goes out to the left foot or the ankle. That doesn't matter, foot or ankle. I'm gonna get my fingers underneath the calf. And I want you to notice what I did. I'm gonna lock my fingers underneath the leg. Here it is again. When you do that, the quad muscle draws up so fantastically. Then take your left shoulder, roll it back, right? And then we're just going to fly open and back and keep all of these tensions, right? And then change. I'm going to lock the fingers under, fly and twist open and back. Good. One more, each direction. Remember, we are not grabbing the foot. Don't grab your foot. Yes? We're going to lock the fingers underneath, and if anything, the heel bone is raised. That's the one you want. You know you're getting somewhere when the heel bone is raised. You're going to press down, draw up the quad. Right? And fly open. Right? We're thinking tennis, golf, anything where there's this rotation back. Same leg, changing arms. Lock the fingers under the leg so that the fingers won't pull out. Good. All right, almost done for the day. We're going to face the other way. So remember what I'm saying here about these blankets. If you're following the video and you're like, I don't have yoga blankets. What's a yoga blanket? Why do I need it? You need it. And then I always make the joke that, hey, you know, at the end of the day, it's a blanket. So if you suddenly stop doing yoga, you just use it on your sofa as a blanket. You know, on a cold winter's night, you will have a blanket. And my scoliosis, this side's a little tighter, so this is great. I'm trying to actually pull my fingers out. I'm trying to pull out, but it's not going to pull out because I'm pushing the leg down and locking the fingers in there. So good. Changing sides. Now see, then in these iterations and in these drills and exercises, so see, you don't have to grab the foot. You don't even have to use a strap or a band. My students know I don't like yoga straps. You get the yoga strap, any kind of strap, you're going to start pulling. That's not the directional energy we want. We don't want to go pulling this way. So I like to get the hand locked in. The leg is long, the arm is long. So now, where is the movement coming from? That means all of the movement is coming from here, TVA. Upper back feels fantastic. And changing. Whew. Lovely. See, everything, all of this, everything is open. Make yourself bigger. Gosh. Sitting on top, both legs long and straight. See how I can roll? And I can find comfy place there. Fingertips under the calves. I'm going to push the legs forward until the calf muscle locks the fingers down. There. And then draw down. Here it is again. I'm actually trying to pull my fingers out, but I can't because they're locked underneath the calf. 3, 2, I know what you're thinking. Cecily, can't I just grab my feet and pull? No, it's not the same. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the video. That was a little bit of yoga for athletes. Because athletes, you know, we just have a little bit of a different, more requirement. I want to make sure that my athletes are getting some of the slow, fast twitch muscle development out of their yoga. Of course you're going to develop flexibility, right? If there's anything in the video that you don't understand, because I don't really go very deep into kinesiology, physiology, things like that. It's a whole science. Just drop me a comment, and if I can't explain it, I will send you a link to someone who explains it better. All right? Thank you very much. My name is Yogi Cecily. Thank you for your donations, subscriptions, and I will see you again real soon.